news. Well, BCCI Secretary N. Srinivasan has offered to quit from the post of the President of the Chess Federation. He was given a show-cause notice in October for holding too many positions in national sports federations. Well, he is, of course, the owner of the Chennai Super Kings as well.
The very reason why the Sports Ministry had sent a show-cause notice in the month of October to N. Srinivasan was because of the fact that he was holding too many posts in terms of a national federation, sports federation. Like, for example, he's the secretary of the BCCI and also the president of the Chess Federation, All India Chess Federation at the moment. Now, in response to this, of course, the Chess Federation had sent across a letter to the Sports Ministry and requesting for 6 months' time to respond and also to make a change in the format, actually, because they wanted to keep a particular championship going as planned with N. Srinivasan as the president of the Chess Federation. But right now what we're hearing is that the Sports Ministry will refuse this request, and but the letter in response from the Sports Ministry to the Chess Federation will come in only about a week's time. So N. Srinivasan, of course, back in the center of this particular questioning in terms of his posts, number of posts that he's been holding, and we'll only have to wait and see really as to what the Sports Ministry will be saying in that particular letter to the Chess Federation. Now, with him offering to quit is only an option because the fact that he is now the president-elect for the BCCI, he's moving up in the ladder. It'll be the only better option really for N. Srinivasan to offer to quit as the Chess Federation president.
Well, moving on, Kolkata Knight Riders owner and Bollywood icon Shah Rukh Khan today said he would try and find a role for Sourav Ganguly in his IPL team after the former Indian skipper remained unsold. Ganguly, who led the Kolkata Knight Riders in the last edition, was left red-faced as none of the 10 franchisees showed interest in buying him at the two-day auction in Bangalore. There has been a lot of anger in Kolkata against the Knight Riders management. The fans of Ganguly yesterday burnt Shah Rukh Khan's effigies in Kolkata protesting his exclusion from the team. And overnight crorepathies, that's the magic IPL can do as well. A number of Indian cricketers have jumped from the lakhs to the crores pretty much overnight. Take a look at this report.
Celebrations in the Yadav household in Nagpur on Sunday after news came in that their son Umesh had literally become an overnight crorepati. The 23-year-old impressed his IPL employers Delhi Daredevils so much that the franchise decided to buy him back for almost 14 times his price over the last 3 years. Yadav's IPL price went from 23 lakh rupees per annum to a huge 3.45 crore rupees.
अरे इतना हमको तो मतलब अच्छा लगा कि अच्छा के माने मैं कूदने लगा यहाँ भाई इतना पैसा कभी मैं सुना नहीं अपने मतलब कमाई में.
Yadav was not the only one whose bank account got a serious boost. A number of young Indian players saw their IPL fees turn from lakhs to crores. Previously bought at base prices, they're now going to get 8-figure salaries thanks largely to their IPL performances.
मैं excited तो होता हूँ कि last year मैं 20 लाख में खेल रहा हूँ, आज इस बार 2.30 से 1.30 पे खेल रहा हूँ तो मुझे बहुत excited हो रहा है.
And in some cases, this led to fierce bidding wars between the franchises, like in the case of Sudeep Tyagi.
240. So what you got to understand is when IPL, the first auction happened, there were a lot of crorepathies who are no more wanted in the teams. They've almost become pathis at home. So the lakpathis have gone on to become the crorepathies now. And eventually sometime they will also, there'll be another generation that will come through at some time. And these guys will also have to go home.
There was even some unhappiness and fighting when Royal Challengers and Kings 11 both zeroed in on Saurabh Tiwari.
You know, this tournament's one of the Indian players, the Indian Premier League obviously is this. The Indian players who are going to win you this because you can only have 7 players. You can only have 4 foreigners in a starting lineup, sorry. So it's the 7 Indians who are really the ones you need to count on.
One can only hope then that the franchises and the BCCI equip these young players to deal with the trappings of immense stardom, success and money that are now synonymous with the IPL. With camera person Kumar and Rika Roy in Bangalore, Anjali Doshi for NDTV.
Well, staying with cricket after the stupendous success of the Dubai edition of the Super Sixes, which was the first international corporate cricket format, the city-based Ignite Sports are all set to host Chennai's first and biggest corporate tournament, the Chennai Super Sixes. The tournament will be played in a knockout format where each team will comprise of 6 players along with 2 substitutes. From quarter-final onwards, the tourney will have 8 international cricketers like Sanath Jayasuriya, Vinod Kambli, Arvind De Silva, Robin Singh, Sunil Joshi, Lance Klusner and many others.
It's something different, and I think that the corporate people will enjoy playing with the international cricketers. So that's the key thing, which sometimes they don't get a chance to play, and they get opportunity, and then we also get something different opportunity to play with those the companies. So I think it's going to be an interesting one.
Well, with cricket being the topic of discussion all across the globe, we caught up with Hemant Madani, the former Indian cricketer who is also presently part of the T20 TNCA League Cup. And he told us how Y and smaller T20 tournaments within Tamil Nadu will help showcase young, fresh talent for the IPL and their chances of getting drafted into the Chennai Super Kings squad.
You were saying it's perfect timing that this tournament is being held now. Could you state those reasons?
The reason I say that is because the Ranji Trophy for Tamil Nadu is over right now, because they've finished with the semi-finals right now where they've lost to Rajasthan, and now the next stage of first-class cricket is the T20 format and the one-day format. So if there are guys who are going to do well in this tournament, I'm sure they're going to get picked for the Ranji Trophy for the one-dayers. And as I mentioned earlier, that also CSK is looking out for players. So when I say CSK, Chennai Super Kings, so they are looking out for players, and if someone does well, I see no reason why they can't be picked.
And CSK has already picked up on the younger, fresh faces so far, so you never know whether they're going to pick up from talent that is going to be showcased in tournaments like this. Is that what you're saying right now?
See, what's happened right now is the auction was done for the players who are capped. Capped meaning the guys who played in the past 5 years for the national side. There are a lot of other younger guys who haven't played for the national side, who only play Ranji Trophy cricket, or in fact, a lot of these first division players haven't even played Ranji Trophy. But if they happen to do well in this tournament, there is a chance where CSK could actually draft them in and be a part of the squad.
All right. Now, in terms of T20 cricket, it is the most exciting form of the game so far in terms of crowd attraction. Do you think it's killing the longer form of the game?
Well, I don't think that really happens, because if you watch the recent India-South Africa series and if you watch the Ashes series, there are enough guys to watch the longer version of the game. So I don't think that really eats into it. But I do believe that each formats have their own charm, each format have their own following, and I don't think it's going to really matter in the future that only one format would survive.
The image that startled all of us today: a prisoner in handcuffs on a motorbike, a cop in front and a cop at the back. Yeah, that'll keep him. We leave you with these visuals. Good night.